Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's Axion. Actually, I'm so used to saying this week's Axion live stream. This isn't an Axion live stream. This is a Luxy. This is a Luxy intro, and we are so excited you guys are here. It is 9 a.m. for Pacific time, and much later for everybody else. So welcome. For those of you who are staying up late. Actually, I don't know. There's not a lot of people staying up late. What time is it for you right now, Poland? Oh, his mic's muted. Sorry, Poland.
Oops,
Didn't mean to call you out.
No worries. 5 p.m. here. Just sat down for dinner actually.
So this is actually probably one of the earliest live streams you've done for Axion.
It is, yeah. That's why I'm getting caught off guard. I think for Dead Poet it's 1 a.m. in Singapore.
Yeah, Dead Poet's Day is barely getting started. So welcome everybody. Good to have you all here. Huge thanks to Bradley, who's here from the Luxy team. He's going to be talking to us today, going through everything that is Luxy. Just want to let you guys know, I mean, this is a really, really exciting opportunity for us as a token, of course, as a project launchpad to be able to work with a project that's really this exciting, a project that has so much potential and really getting in on the ground floor, especially with the NFT, all the NFT things that have been going on and taking the world by storm. For us to be able to do that now is really, really cool. So just because of that, because we have relatively limited time with Bradley, we're going to be keeping a lot of the questions and stuff here specifically for Luxy. So as you guys are probably aware of, those of you who are here, we have a $100,000 IDO that's dedicated to the Axion community. You can check out Actually, I have to pull it up on the website. I should have done that. You can check out the Axion launch for Luxy. I'm just going to share my screen real quick. Window, here it is. There we go. Sorry, guys. I should have had that up here. So just as a reminder, you can see here's our Axion launch presenting Luxy. Yeah, you can see it here by going to the URL below, or you can go to the Axion homepage, click on Launchpad, and you'll see the thing for Luxy here. This is a really exciting opportunity for you guys to get in, to be able to invest in really something that's super amazing. Just so we can real quick get these questions out of the way for those of you who are just starting. This is a tiered launch, meaning that depending on what base tier you qualify for and then what NFT you have on the top of it, that changes how much allocation you have. So if you look here, if you just have at least 1 million Axion staked, at least 350 days, you qualify for the basic allocation of $50. If you're a max staker, as in you have a 555 stake, then you qualify for a base tier of $100. And then for each of these NFTs that you have, you qualify for an additional amount. So the lowest amount that you can qualify for in a maximum is $50. And the highest amount that you can qualify for would be a max stake plus the OG Polygon NFT plus the OG5 NFT for a total of $250. This doesn't mean that you have to spend $250. This means that you can spend up to that. So even if you have all three of these tiers here, you can still pledge $100 even if you qualify for $250. Because it's a relatively limited allocation, we know it's going to go fast. We will be using the new Axion pledge engine for that. We've been talking to you guys a little bit about that. It's exciting. So when we launch the pledge engine and you get it through the staking portal on the Axion launch tab, you will be pledging your USDC. And that means that when you actually pledge your USDC, you're guaranteed a spot right at that moment when the token launches, and you get your vested tokens. The vesting is basically 1 day, right, Bradley? So we're launching on the 30th, I believe, or Luxy's launching on the 30th or 31st, and then the tokens are being sent out December 1st. I think that's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, it's a 1 day vesting period, or it's a day later that you'll be able to claim your tokens. So it's very, very short. So you can see here, based off this time, that we are going to be launching this in 25 hours from now. So make sure that if you are interested, if this is something that you guys are excited about, which you should be, this is make sure that you have your USDC ready on Polygon Network, and you can check it in your MetaMask wallet or whatever wallet you have ready, because you will only be able to pledge using USDC. No other token will be allowed. And then just make sure you have enough Matic in your wallet to be able to do the transaction. It should cost a penny, couple pennies or less. So just make sure you have a little bit in there, and you'll be good to go. So without further ado, Bradley, you want to introduce yourself, and then I'll ask you some questions?
Yeah, sure. So, hi, everybody. I'm Bradley Stevenson. I've been in the crypto space for a while. I first learned about Bitcoin back in around 2011. I got more involved in, I guess, what you might call the industry around 2014. I am a member of the Syscoin Foundation, another project that I know and love very much. And I was approached by the founders of Luxy, who shared their idea with me. Some other members, who were also a part of Foundation, Syscoin Foundation, and I really liked the idea, and I wanted to get involved. So here I am, and I'm very happy to help the project and explain the value proposition, which I think is very important for the NFT world right now in particular. My background is primarily in IT and enterprise database development. I have 20 plus years experience with that. So I recognize good solutions generally when I see them. So I'm happy to be helping Luxy in particular.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you for that. All right, so if you guys have questions for Luxy, I've got a couple questions that I prepared to ask Bradley, and if you have them in the comments, make sure. I already see a couple coming in, so we'll have some time to answer your questions there towards the end. Just remember, this is, again, we're going to be talking about Luxy right now, and so if you do have Axion related questions, we will be able to ask those later on in an Axion live stream. But I'm just going to keep the questions right now primarily about Luxy, and then I would say this for those of you who are missing this event right now, but that just makes sense because you guys are all here. But we will be doing another Discord town hall on our Discord at this time in 2 days on Wednesday, and Bradley will be joining us again there. So if you do have any follow-up questions or stuff kind of comes up after this and you want to ask again, we'll be doing another one.
I was going to say, should we start with the very basics? What is Luxy? Because there's going to be lots of people joining who don't really know what Luxy is at this point. So
exactly.
Yeah. Luxy is an open NFT marketplace that is decentralized, and it's focused on speed, low cost, and also a very good user experience. We feel that there was really a big opportunity to bring those elements together in a marketplace, given the current offerings out there. So, one of our founders, Julia Hoffman, she has a background in architecture, like actual physical architecture, as well as user experience design. She has been in charge of a lot of overseeing the project as far as the UX and the UI. We've got a lot of excellent developers that have brought together what we feel has really been missing in an NFT marketplace. There's, as far as fees go, that's a big challenge. There's gas wars over NFTs quite often. We feel that, while I'm okay with NFTs being a whale game, they really should be more accessible to everyone. NFT marketplaces need to provide low fees and the user experience that's really been missing. So that's where Luxy comes in. It's a platform that appeals not only to NFT enthusiasts who want to buy and sell, but also to creators and to enterprises and other projects as well, which we can get into a little later.
Yeah, well, and that's really cool. I mean, that kind of aligns with some of the MO for Axion as being like, especially with our move to Polygon, was trying to make this a place that's accessible for anyone to be able to get in, especially with the gas fees being hundreds of dollars to do anything. Moving to Polygon was so that more people, with smaller access, right? With not, as you said, like the whale playground, like NFT kind of is a whale playground on Ethereum, and getting that access to other people is really important. So that's really cool to hear.
Yeah, and I'd like to say we looked into a lot of different IDO launch pads. We had a lot of options. There were some launch pads we looked into that were bigger than Axion, but when we spoke with you guys on multiple occasions and really took a look at everything, we have to say we really liked what we saw. So we're extremely happy to be providing this on Axion and interacting with your community.
Yeah, they're super great. I know Julia, so yeah, she came into our Discord and said that she loved seeing our community in your guys' Discord, like being helpful and talking to other people and all that sort of stuff. And that's, I think, a really cool thing about the Axion community. Is everybody's really involved and they want to dive in and they want to have a lot of that community spirit, which is cool. So thank you for that. We've definitely I specifically feel honored that you guys chose us and that we're able to work together. So exciting. As you guys know, this is a little sneak peek, but Axion and the NFT ecosystem is really big for us. That's something that we've been wanting to do. As you guys know, we just launched the Collider and the particle stakes, and so just adding functionality to the ecosystem via NFTs is big, and that aligns really well with Luxy and what you guys are doing. So we're looking forward to a partnership with you guys for the long run. Okay, so second question. So why is there a need for Luxy in the NFT space? Obviously, we have stuff like OpenSea, right, is a big one. We have Coinbase has their NFT marketplace that just launched. What is Luxy going to do, or why is there a need for a Luxy?
Yeah, so with all the different marketplace offerings that are out there, there's things here and there missing from all of them. With Rarible, for example, the decentralization aspect is pretty good, which is a big thing for me. But the user experience is pretty lacking, and the UI is not all that great. So then if you go to the other end of the spectrum and you look at OpenSea, for example, they have a pretty good user experience, I would say. It's decent. But they're lacking in some of those areas of decentralization. So I think they keep custody of collections that are created on OpenSea, and there's some other aspects as well that we saw, we could improve upon with Luxy. So we're basically taking the best elements that are out there across the spectrum and combining them on one platform and making it all work with low fees and high speed and the things that people really need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I pulled up here. This is from the investor deck, and you can kind of see all these different marketplaces out here in terms of kind of what they offer. And it's cool to see, as you mentioned, that a lot of these different platforms offer some pretty great, unique features. But then you guys are offering a lot more. I mean, one crazy thing, this is not a question I said over here, but having royalties up to 100%, like, talk about that. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we took an open approach with that. We feel like that really should be up to the user. So we leave it open-ended for the most part, so that they can make their own decisions. We don't really see the need to limit the use case based on like a preconception. If we can provide it, we think people can make the right decisions in how they do things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's really cool. I mean, one of the things I was thinking is like you could have a charity NFT, right, where you set like the wallet address to a charity, whatever charity wallet or foundation or something you want to send to, and every single time that NFT is sent, like all of the proceeds are going to that charity, and that's really cool. Like it's just like a really neat thing
but
to do.
Why limit your use cases by by binding things too much?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so. Anything else you kind of want to mention in terms of like standout features that makes Luxy different from some of these other platforms?
Yeah, so we will have a governance ability that will give Luxy token holders where they'll be able to kind of guide Luxy's evolution as far as features. They'll be able to propose new features and vote on them. I wouldn't quite call it a DAO, but it will enable our community to have some say and guide the process, which is very important for us. Another thing that we're planning to implement shortly after our initial launch is the ability for creators of NFT collections to actually own that NFT smart contract in their own wallet, as opposed to it just being like a marketplace contract that they're nested within. That way they can take their collections to other open marketplaces should they decide. Something else that's really cool that I like in particular is our effort towards a white label program. So, we feel that the Luxy backend is really going to be pretty stellar. And it would be great for enterprises and other projects to be able to leverage that with their own branding, their own logo, and maybe even their own user experience, more or less, depending on their particular use cases. So that they don't have to reinvent the wheel. They can just use our service and pay for that in the form of Luxy tokens. So that's another useful aspect of Luxy token, which I think we'll get into in a little bit.
Yeah, that's really cool. So as you kind of mentioned, obviously, the things that you're talking about are things that are still under development. So anything can change upon launch, of course. We're very familiar with that story. But having the ability to own, like your contractor own the NFT is really, really kind of a cool idea, right? Because that is giving the people who are the NFT creators really the long-term flexibility to be able to either migrate their collection or do something, and that's obviously not something that these other platforms are doing, right? The other platforms want to keep you, right?
Yeah. Disintermediation is so important to us, and we want to maintain that principle that gave blockchain value to begin with, which is non-custodial ownership of your own assets, being your own bank. We want the same thing to apply with NFTs.
Yeah, that's super cool. Okay, so this project obviously is allowing investors to get in on the IDO of the Luxy token itself. So it's not like people are buying NFTs. It's not like we're buying, I don't know, shares of a company. Like, this is actually buying Luxy tokens at the IDO value of $0.08 per Luxy token. So talk about this token that people will be buying. What's it for? What will it do? What is the importance of it within the marketplace itself?
Yeah, sure. So it is a utility token, really focused on the marketplace. There will be staking opportunities. We're going to have a liquidity pool and liquidity farming opportunity for Luxy token holders. The token will enable you to purchase NFTs on the marketplace, and when you choose to use the Luxy token for your purchases, you will receive a discount. It will also be the means of exchange for services on the Luxy marketplace, whether that be like having a featured NFT page, ads, or using the white label program that we're currently working on. So as far as the tokenomics, it is deflationary. So we'll be hosting these events called burning events, or the burning, I think is what we're calling it.
The burning.
And that will go on until half of the max supply is burned. So starting out, it's 100 million Luxy, and the burning will continue until only 50 million remain. The fees that are paid with Luxy token on the marketplace, those will be burned.
Yeah, so I was just pulling up kind of the different token distributions here so that people know. So we're kind of in the IDO phase right here. So this is a 5% allocation of the total token distribution. So talk a little bit about like the liquidity and rewards and kind of the mining. I know that's kind of a major thing for you guys.
Yeah, so we will. I believe it's going to be a USDC liquidity pool. I think some details are still being worked out on that. In the next AMA, I'll be happy to delve into that a little deeper.
Okay, awesome. So then kind of going back to the token itself. So you guys have a deflationary metric, which is cool. Obviously, that's really important for Axion as well. There's kind of the community support fund, which you talked about. You get a vote on new features. Marketplace kind of gets access. But people will people will be buying NFTs not just with the Luxy token, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, so they'll be able to use whatever standard tokens are on the blockchain. Is there anything else, like what would be an incentive for somebody out there to buy the Luxy token? Is it just access to these features, or are there other things?
Well, I mean, I think Luxy is going to be a pretty important part of the NFT space, and the demand for the services provided, I think will drive a lot of interest in Luxy token. I don't want to speculate on price or profit. I can't really do that. It's a utility token, so I'll leave it there. But yeah, there are some particular IDO incentives, per platform, which I think we'll get into in a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's super exciting. I'm just looking through here to the questions. Chris Alexander says, "What % of Luxy will be held by IDO for governance?" Do you know?
Let's see here. I don't think we're going to be holding any Luxy specifically to wield influence over governance. Governance is primarily going to be held by the community. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you hold Luxy token, you'll be able to vote on features and make feature proposals.
Awesome. Yeah, that's super great. Okay, so next question is, what networks will Luxy be on for launch and beyond?
To start with, we're launching on Polygon. We feel that Polygon/Matic, aligns with what we want to accomplish as far as fees and performance, and it's got a pretty large community as well. So we're happy about that. We're also going to be deploying on an EVM that's called NEVM by Syscoin, which is due to go mainnet on the 6th. We'll launch at some point after that. I can't say exactly when Luxy will launch on Syscoin, but that's coming up as well. That's a pretty interesting platform. They're kind of leading the charge in a lot of ways with actually deploying ZK rollups on EVM. So as far as platforms beyond that, we're always considering platforms. We're pretty particular, and it's a decision that we have to weigh carefully. But we're always open to new blockchains to launch on, to considering them.
Mm-hmm. So basically, Polygon is going to be available right at launch of the platform itself, and then Syscoin is shortly thereafter, or?
Yeah, so Syscoin NEVM goes mainnet about, based on their block height, about December the 6th.
Okay. So very shortly after launch.
Yeah, at some point after the December 6th, Luxy will deploy on Syscoin, and it shouldn't be very long after that becomes available. Yeah,
that's awesome. And then is there going to be like a reason why someone would choose Polygon over Syscoin in terms of interacting with the marketplace, or?
I'm from Syscoin Foundation, and I know a lot about Syscoin. So anything that I say there might be somewhat biased.
Slightly biased. Awesome.
Yeah, but I mean, Syscoin is very focused on ZK rollups. Your layer 1 with Syscoin is very much focused on security because it's merge mined with Bitcoin. And it remains somewhere around 90% compliant with Bitcoin Core. So, it wants to stick with that tried and true tech. And then as far as scaling, ZK rollups really enable some amazing things to happen for the user experience. And so essentially all the user experience side of things will be ZK rollups on Syscoin, and with the secure settlement that the user doesn't even necessarily have to interact with or mess with on Syscoin's UTXO based merge mined chain. So
Yeah.
But Polygon is great too. We think what they've done is awesome. And Syscoin and Polygon/Matic are actually R&D partners. They have been for a while.
So is Syscoin a Ethereum level 2, or is it a separate?
It's a layer 1 that will have layer 2 in the form of ZK rollups, and
Gotcha.
an EVM. Yeah, it will be an EVM, right? So everything that works on Ethereum will be able to work on Syscoin and EVM.
What are your thoughts on Ethereum recently? All these gas fees.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, we've seen so many smart chains kind of make a niche based on that, sort of as a temporary solution to the fee issues and performance issues with the Ethereum main chain. I think their move to proof of stake, I have a lot of mixed feelings about that. Obviously, I don't know that Ethereum would have gone so far down the proof of stake path had they kind of seen what was coming earlier as far as ZK rollups and what could be achieved. But Ethereum will continue to be a leader as far as innovation and advancements, particularly for smart contracts. So it's not like they're going away, but yeah, it's definitely nice to have some alternatives, right? Whether that be Polygon or Syscoin that kind of merges Bitcoin security with EVM.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's super awesome. And then in terms of like if somebody's launching a NFT collection on Polygon, are they going to be able to transfer that to another chain, or will it all work within the same marketplace and there'll be cross-chain within the platform itself?
Yeah, it can be cross-chain within the platform itself. There are bridges with Polygon, that will enable users to, to move their collections to another blockchain if they wish to. Assuming that blockchain is integrated with Luxy Marketplace, or if they own their collection and want to take it, to a completely different marketplace, they'll be able to do that as well.
Mm-hmm. So let's just say I am if I go onto the Luxy platform right now, I will be choosing like the Polygon network, and then I'll be interacting with the NFTs that are available on the Polygon network. But at some point, I may be able to take my Polygon NFTs and send them to like the Syscoin network, and then be able to kind of do whatever I want with them, right, through the marketplace.
I don't know if you'll be able to through the marketplace. That's yet to be determined. But with services like AnySwap and things like that, or some Polygon bridges that exist, that's certainly possible. And I'll have to talk with our devs to see what they have planned as far as moving your collection to a different chain within the marketplace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so a lot of people are asking, NFTs are awesome, and this is an IDO that does feature an NFT that kind of comes with those who are participating in the IDO itself, and you guys are calling it the Genesis NFT. Do you want to talk about what that NFT is and what it may or may not do, just so people kind of have a good idea as to what they're getting?
Yeah. So. What I'll say at this point is that there will be a custom NFT for each participant in the IDO, and that goes for every IDO platform that will be on. So in addition to Axion, there's also Poly Launcher and KSM Starter. But each platform, Axion, will have its own NFT for buyers on Axion. This particular NFT should be, pretty great. The creators are both visual effects specialists, and they've participated, working on some blockbuster films, one of which won an Emmy Award. So I would expect it to be something that's pretty awesome. As far as some potential interactivity with Axion that you'll get by owning this NFT, I can't really go into details on that quite yet. I think that's still being worked out, but it should be pretty cool regardless. Based on the quality of work that these creators do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this NFT is this is not why you guys are buying the IDO, right? Where you're investing in the platform, you're getting access to a specific locked price of the Luxy token itself, and that's really what we're investing in. You know, as you guys in the community know, Axion is all about that long-term investing, and so the NFT is icing on an already pretty awesome cake. So this isn't your chance to get in on an NFT that's just going to be worth 10 ETH someday. You know, we're investing in the platform itself. Sorry, were you going to say something, Bradley?
No, that's right. What you said is right. And this is about the Luxy IDO. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's see. So let's talk about real quick here. I'm just going to go back to sharing a tab on my thing here. So let's talk a little bit about kind of your launch partners. What are some of the organizations that are partnered with Luxy, and how do you see these organizations or your own kind of internal plans to increase adoption?
Yeah, so Blockdesk Ventures is pretty great. I mean, they partnered with us pretty early on, and they have a lot of interest in ensuring Luxy's success. So we've been really happy to work with them. Since Syscoin Foundation, of course, is partnered with us. We have a variety of NFT influencers, like Strong Hands, for example, who's been promoting quite a bit. We've been talking with sort of a metaverse platform as well, that we think will have a lot of relevance to Luxy's future and to the future of NFTs and their use cases there. So that's some pretty interesting stuff as far as sort of the interactivity that NFTs can offer. Yeah, as you can see, I mean, we do have quite a few partners that are very interested in the project and ensuring our success.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome, especially because seeing you guys partner with Polygon. We've had such a great experience with them. They're very helpful and they're really good at helping us get the word out. For those of you in the Axion community who missed it, we're doing a Polygon Discord AMA with them at the end of the week. Axion is, and we'll be talking about Luxy. That'll be one of the things we'll be chatting about while we're there. And it's cool to see you guys getting their support. And we actually talked to a couple of members there, and they're excited about what you guys are doing too. Awesome. Okay. Anything? This is kind of my final question before we take other community questions. Anything on the horizon after launch? So you got the platform up and going, and launched on the networks and starting to accept tokens. Oh, you know what? I'm just realizing. Sorry. Let me finish this question. Anything after launch? Kind of what's the next sort of 6-month timeline for you guys in terms of what you're going to be doing? Broad level overview.
Yeah. So immediately after launch, I think our next step is going to be decentralizing the ownership of collection smart contracts. So we're going to be trying to tackle that. We're also going to get our white label program in place and the community governance aspect as well. So those three things are going to follow, shortly thereafter. And then the launch on Syscoin. There's been some mention of a mobile application as well for Luxy. We haven't dived extremely deep into that, but it's been something that's been continually brought up. So there's a possibility that we'll see something like that come out sometime across the next 6 months or year. So keep an eye on that.
Yeah, that's awesome. One thing I was going to do real quick is share another page from your guys's from the pitch deck. This is a very slow moving animated GIF. Sorry, you guys. One of the things that I'll just talk about personally, when we first did a call with you guys, Julia pulled open the platform and was showing, and I know like even this actually it looks a little bit old compared to what you guys are, what the state it was when I first saw it. One of the things that really impressed me about the platform was just its visual style. And how you guys were displaying the NFT collections and organizing them, on OpenSea. It's very utilitarian. It is, and it can often just be lines and lines and lines of NFTs, and there's no organization, all that sort of stuff. One of the things that was really cool about, I think you had pictures somewhere else. Sorry, I'm just running through the slides real quick. I'll go back here. One of the things that's really cool was how you guys are actually setting up the ability to create NFT collections and how user-friendly it is. For us, when we are launching our NFTs on OpenSea, there's obviously lots of documentation and YouTube videos, and Deli's a genius, so he can launch anything, anywhere. But there was quite a complex process, but you guys are really making it simple. You're making it really intuitive, really user-friendly for people to not only navigate it, but also to launch their own NFTs. And I think that's really cool. That's one of the reasons why I myself am really excited about it. I only qualify for the $100 application because even though I helped launch the OG Polygon thing was me, I never even got one. So I made $100. I wish I could put a lot more in that, but I know this is one of the main reasons why I'll be investing, is because when people take something that is difficult and you make it a lot easier, you make it a lot more intuitive, you make it a lot more user-friendly, that can cause huge amounts of growth, just primarily because there's something that's come along that's not just for developers who are working primarily in the code. Poland, were you going to say something? I saw you unmuted your mic. Nope, he wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, we want the experience to be fun, and we want people to be able to focus more on, NFTs and creating NFTs and enjoying them than, on being power users of a platform.
Yeah, exactly. And it's very simple. One of the things, Axion is a little complex right now. We're working to try and make it more intuitive for people. And that, of course, is, a big thing when somebody comes in, being able to just open it up and be able to run it is very important. I did see one question. Let me see if I can scroll back up. Oh yeah, McMarty was asking about the team, and here's kind of the project team here. I don't know if you just want to briefly talk about, you don't have to go over everybody, but you want to talk about the team and kind of who's running this thing.
Yeah, so Julia is one of the founders. I talked about her earlier. She's got a background in building architecture as well as user experience. Claudio and Kawe, I think Kawe is further down at the bottom, as well as Gabriel. They're all part of Polum, Polum.io. They're the creators of Pally Wallet, which I don't know if you've looked into that, but it's sort of a new and up and coming Web3 wallet that it provides Web3 for Bitcoin, or that's on the roadmap, right? Which should come soon, and they plan to also bring Ethereum into that wallet as well. So there will be a single wallet for for Bitcoin and Ethereum Web3, which is pretty slick, very similar to MetaMask, right? So, and they're doing some other things as well. They're in the middle of finishing development on their DEX, which is Pegasus. So they've got some other things going as well. So, but anyway, they're one of the biggest blockchain solutions developers in Brazil. So we're very happy to have them on. Chris is a super cool guy who's he's an OG in crypto. He's also part of Syscoin Foundation. He's a guy that was interviewed on 60 Minutes Australia, I think, back in 2000.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think it was back in 2015 or 16 or something, specifically about crypto. So
wow,
that's pretty cool.
Really early days.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of great people, and most of them are either gamers or art critics or art enthusiasts. And a lot of our backgrounds kind of apply to, and our interests apply to NFTs.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. And you said you know you're working with the visual effects artists. That's obviously my background, and that's exciting to kind of see those people on board. Okay, so if you guys have more questions, I do see one here. Chris Alexander says, "What are the plans for exchange/swap timeframe with a max of 3125 tokens per pledge? Liquidity will be extremely low." I will show. This is here the tokenomics. This information is included on the website if you guys want to check. We're in the IDO phase here, so you guys have already done seed private, community private funding, and you're kind of in the IDO stage for this 400,000. So I know this isn't your space. We're not looking for you to talk specifically about what your launch liquidity will be or anything like that. But do you want to talk? And have any thoughts on this question? To me, I don't think that you're just going to be launching with only Axion's liquidity. You guys fundraise.
Yeah, no, we're also we're also offering the IDO on Poly Launcher as well as KSM Starter. So there's been there's been a fairly I would say a fair allocation to each platform. As far as locking investing periods for IDO buyers, there's nothing there. So you guys will have immediate access to your tokens when you receive them and can do as you will with them. But keep in mind that Luxy will provide liquidity pool opportunities. So there's plenty of reason to hold on to those tokens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is, as I kind of mentioned earlier, this is a long-term investment for you guys, and this is not a wait for it to 10x and then sell immediately. Not that our community does that, actually. You guys, especially with Babel and Securitants, you guys have been good at holding on, and this is another one of those really good opportunities to that. I will answer this question here. Blip says, what is Luxy doing specifically to market Axion once a platform goes live and continue to market the Axion name for running Luxy through Launchpad? One thing I just want to clarify for you guys is that Axion Launch is all about bringing our community to another platform, to another exciting launch opportunity, to another token, to another project, and everything that they're doing. We have some exciting opportunities, I think, to partner with Luxy, but this launch isn't about promoting Axion. This isn't about making Luxy need to market on our behalf. This is an opportunity for our two communities to combine and to work together and to build something exciting. This is one of the great benefits of being a part of the Axion staking community, is that you get access to stuff like this, and that's a benefit for our community. This isn't necessarily how Axion itself grows. If you guys do check out the Luxy website, you can see that that Axion is listed there as an allocation for the IDO phase, and we are looking forward to some cool opportunities to work with you guys, maybe with some exclusive NFT launches and other stuff like that. But this really is an opportunity for our communities to combine and to mutually benefit each other. This isn't intended to be a marketing opportunity for Axion specifically. Now, if people through Luxy find out about Axion, that's really awesome, and that's obviously really cool. But that's not the primary goal, or even the secondary goal of an Axion launch. This is primarily to give you guys exclusive access to something that our team, the Axion team, thinks is going to be a really good opportunity for you. So that's kind of our main. It's kind of our main goal. Let's see. Any more questions on here? Fi wants to know if Jordan's face is going to be on the on the Genesis NFT. I'm gonna say no. I'd say no. Crypto Casino says, I'm sold. Sometimes you invest in a person, and Bradley seems great, just like the Axion team. It's the beard. I think that's what it is.
Oh, shucks.
That beard sells itself, which is awesome. I know this question was answered in the chat. Can we talk about the 100 million Luxy vesting schedule? I'm not quite sure what you mean by 100 million. I think you mean $100,000 vesting schedule, and it's basically a 1-day vest. So the token launches on the 30th. We already talked about this. It's the 31st, isn't it? Or the 30th. There's no 31st of November. The 30th, and then you guys will have your tokens that you can claim on the 1st of December, and you'll do that through the Axion staking portal. So it's basically 1 day. the token will launch, and then 1 day later you get your tokens. This is actually super awesome for those of you who know with Vabble. It was like a 6-month vesting period. Securitan's also had a longer vesting. Direwolf, there was a distribution that happened a month after funds were allocated. So the fact that you guys get your tokens basically a day after launch is pretty sweet. It's pretty awesome. Andy says, tell us about the logo. Tell us about the Luxy logo.
Yeah, so I'm trying to remember the name of the artist that inspired us to choose the balloon dog logo, but there's a very well-known artist that does some sculptures kind of centered around this balloon dog concept, and we sort of were inspired by that. We thought it really matched sort of the intent of the marketplace to be something fun and lighthearted, and not anything that's overwhelming in any way. Easy and fun to use. So yeah, we went with the balloon dog, and we felt like the name Luxy was lighthearted and applied very well. Of course, it's based on lux, which in Latin is light.
I'm trying to. That's. There it is. Found it. There's the rotating. The rotating dog. It's being a little bit slow on the stream, but 360 degrees of balloon dog. So awesome. Awesome. Let's see. I do see a question here. What are expectations on Luxy AMA? I'm not quite sure what you mean on AMA, because this is an AMA after 1 week, 1 month, 1 year. I mean, you guys are basically planning on growing an NFT marketplace, and that's, a year from now, it's going to be the development of OpenSea. I mean, OpenSea took a couple years.
Yeah, and we want to expand as well. We're in communication with professionals from different industries. We're having a talk with a music distributor right now. We've had some talks, and we plan to help kind of create the standards for music NFTs and hopefully NFTs for other industries as well, because I think that's somewhat lacking in the space, and that's going to be critical also for Metaverse as well. So we're always looking out on the horizon to see how we can how we can facilitate that NFT unicorn use case, whatever it might be in the future.
Yeah, that's cool. So you're talking here, I know we mentioned this at the very beginning, but the white label, would you mind just real quick explaining that for people who don't know what a white label is?
Yeah, so a white label is essentially when you can provide another enterprise your product without any of your branding on it necessarily, or minimal, and enable them to apply their brand to it and resell it. So in the case of a white label for Luxy Marketplace, that means that an enterprise or a project, maybe say a music distributor or someone like that, that works with an artist, they could have, for example, their own website with their own platform or dApp, where they're distributing those music NFTs, and it looks, it completely theirs, unique and special to their use case, but the back end is all Luxy. So essentially it saves them a lot of time and trouble, right? They don't have to reinvent the wheel. They can use something tried and true, which we see Luxy becoming, and they can focus on the more important things, which is their audience and reach, and providing the kind of experience to their users that they need to. Mm-hmm. And of course, Luxy benefits from that, right? So they'll be able to receive that service by paying for it in the form of Luxy token.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. Cool. So I don't see any more questions kind of coming in now. And again, if you do have more questions, we will be doing this Discord, the Discord AMA for our community there. Obviously, you won't be able to see Bradley's beautiful face on our Discord town hall, but but now you can see it. You can come back here and just remember that epic beard and why you invested in Luxy, because of the beard, obviously, is the big thing. So just a reminder for you guys, kind of before we wrap things up, you can go to the website, the Axion website, and just click on Launchpad. I'll just do it for you guys. So you go to Axion, you click on Launchpad, you scroll down, and here's our Luxy launch. You can also see it from the staking portal. So if I go to stake.axion.network, come down here to launch, you'll see here's the information about it. You can click here. For those of you who are wondering, from this launch page here on the staking portal is where you will be pledging your tokens and claiming them. So you can see down here, there's a section for claim vested tokens here on the Polygon network. And this is where you will find your Luxy tokens on December 1st if you've pledged. But you will be clicking on this and then it will be pulling up the new pledge engine that we're launching tomorrow. And you will be able to commit your USDC at the end. And so if I just go back here, just a quick reminder for those of you who are who joined late. Oops, I need to make sure I'm putting this back in the right tab. There we go. This is a tiered launch, so what you qualify for depends on the allocation that you have. So if you have just a single 1-year stake of at least 1 million Axion, which right now is a couple $100, you need to have it staked for at least 350 days to qualify, and you qualify for up to $50 US. That means you can pledge $25, you can pledge $10, whatever you want to pledge, but it's up to $50. For our max stakers, that's up to $100 that you can pledge, or 1250 Luxy tokens. So you have to have an active stake with at least 1 million Axion staked max. We did have a question earlier. This does not mean your stake has 5 days remaining. Most of you will have, maybe 5 to 81 days remaining. That's we're talking about the total term length. So the total term was max stake at 5 days, and then you will qualify for that $100 allocation. And then if you hold a OG Polygon NFT, you get an additional $50 allocation, or if you hold the OG5 NFT, you get an additional $100 allocation. So if you only have a 1 million stake for 350 days and you have a OG Polygon NFT, then you will qualify for $100 total. You guys can do the basic math. These pledge engine will let you know based off of your connected wallet what you qualify for. So you cannot pledge more than you qualify. So for example, if you're on a wallet that has a max stake but not an OG Polygon NFT, and you have an OG Polygon NFT, then you'll need to switch over to the wallet that has the OG Polygon NFT in order to qualify for that additional $50 allocation. So that should be good. Chris Alexander says, also everyone should make sure they have USDC on Polygon, right? That is absolutely correct. We are only taking USDC, not USDT, not Axion, not Ethereum, not Matic. This is only USDC. So you need to make sure that you can do that. Poland, do you want to talk about how people get their USDC real quick?
Yeah, for sure. Let me see if I can share my screen.
Yeah, let me stop here.
Bear with me. Okay, can you see that screen?
Ooh,
okay?
There it is. Yep, nice.
Okay, yeah. So this is the Axion launch. This page hasn't launched yet, but it will be launching tomorrow. And you'll see under the launch tab, it will have a button here saying pledge now, and it will tell you how much you can pledge on this button. So for me, it says $100. And if you click on that, it will take you to the pledge engine. From here, it will tell you how much allocation you have remaining, and it will allow you to deposit some US dollars. So you should already have US dollars in your wallet, and it will tell you here how much you have in your wallet. And you simply drag the slider or type in the amount that you want to spend, and then approve the spending of USDC. That'll only cost a fraction of a penny, and then you press pledge, and that will send your funds in. So that should be fairly simple, but if you have any problems with that, just ask our support as always. But of course, you need to be able to get some USDC balance in your wallet first of all. That's the most important thing. So if you've got funds already on Ethereum, you would need to bridge them across from Ethereum to Polygon. But the fee to use the bridge is very expensive. It's about $50. So it's not really cost effective to do that for $50 or so. So what we recommend you do is send your tokens back to a centralized exchange like Binance.com or Crypto.com or KuCoin. So you send it from your MetaMask, from Ethereum, into Binance. And then once it's there, you can withdraw it onto Polygon. Now, at the moment, I think Binance has suspended withdrawals because they do that temporarily. But you'll go to the wallet, go to overview, click on withdraw. Once you're on the withdraw crypto page, select the token that you're wanting to withdraw. So if you've got USDC, select USDC. And the important part is picking the network. So select the withdrawal network. You don't want it to go to Ethereum, you want it to go to Matic. And as we see here, currently Binance have suspended withdrawals of USDC for some reason. But what you can do is convert USDC or whatever token you've got into Matic. Once you've got Matic tokens, you can again withdraw and pick the Polygon network. There we go. It's saying we can do that. We can withdraw Matic to Polygon, and it's only a very tiny fee, 0.1 Matic, so 10 or 20 cents. So that's one way. Crypto.com also works very well, or KuCoin. Or if you don't want to use a centralized exchange, we recommend MoonPay. MoonPay is a fiat on-ramp. So you can come to this website, select a currency, and we want USDC. We don't want USDC on Ethereum, we want USDC on Polygon. So select that, type in how much you want, and this will allow you to use your debit or credit card to buy directly into your wallet. So once you press continue, it will ask for your wallet address. Just paste in your address, press continue. You'll have to do some basic KYC verification at this stage, but then you can use your debit card or credit card to purchase your $150, $200 worth, and it will go directly into your MetaMask wallet. That's all basically.
Yep, so make sure you're ready. So if I go back to, I'm going to share my screen again and go back to this Luxy page. If you guys can see, look at this. We have 1 hour, 58 minutes, and 12 seconds remaining. So that basically gives you guys 24 hours to get your USDC over to your Polygon wallet, and you'll be able to pledge straight from within the Axion staking portal. In terms of the pledge window, if you guys kind of look down here, you can see the pledges begin Tuesday, November 23rd at 1900 UTC, and they will end Monday, November 29th at 0100 UTC. Or whenever the allocation is filled. So that's pretty important, you guys. Just because it does say Monday, November 29th, doesn't mean that it's not going to fill up. We expect this to actually fill up pretty fast, and so you'll need to be quick. You'll need to be ready to go, and to try to get an allocation. But just in case pledges are a little bit slow, then you will have it there. You won't be able to cancel your pledge. Once you've dedicated your funds are sent over, and they'll be collected and sent over to Luxy for the token distribution. And so make sure that you, as always, do your own research, that you check out the project, making sure this is something you want to invest in. The Axion team is busy enough. We're not gonna, we don't want to have you guys going, actually, I changed my mind, give me my money back.
Actually, I did miss one thing on the how to get funds. Of course, this is the obvious one. If you've already got Ethereum on Polygon, you can simply trade it for USDC using SushiSwap or QuickSwap. And of course, loads of you have got wrapped Bitcoin dividends sat there on the staking platform, so you could just use those, just withdraw some Bitcoin divs, and convert those.
I would just like to say one thing, to the Axion community. You guys have a team that really does look out for your best interests. That said, and going back to what was said a moment ago, nothing replaces your own due diligence. The Luxy team is more than happy to answer any questions. If there was anything that you would like to know more about, we're going to have another AMA. You can also join our Telegram or our Discord anytime and ask the team directly any questions that you have. We're happy to elaborate. So if you happen to like my beard, that's great. Thank you. But don't buy Luxy because of that, please.
This is not financial or beard advice. Do your own research. So you can see here on their website, they have our Discord and their Telegram links right there, which is awesome. Feel free to join the community. A lot of you already have, and it's awesome to see you guys over there. All right. Well, huge thanks to Bradley for joining us. We look forward to talking to you again on Wednesday. Again, you guys, this is a really cool, exciting opportunity for Axion. We consider ourselves lucky to be able to work with you guys. Thank you again for choosing us as a launch partner. If you have any questions, feel free to jump over on their Discord or Telegram or ask in our general chat. We'll try to do our best. We appreciate all you guys. Have a good rest of your week. Get ready for the launch or the pledge starting tomorrow. And we'll be doing a Axion development live stream later on this week for you guys to ask all your Axion questions and hang out. So that's it. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Awesome.
It's such a
Thanks,
pleasure. Have a good rest of your week, and we'll talk to you all soon.
Okay. All the best.
Sure.